What's going on, gangsters? Gregory Scott here. It's a tough fitness world out there. You look to your left and you see Ab Melter 9000 promising to make you lose 50 pounds of fat and be shredded by summer. You look to your right and you see some girl on Instagram bending over to the camera and calling it fitness. As gains lovers, this is what we must endure. But there's one thing I can endure no more. I can no longer remain silent. If you're out there and you're bulky and cutting, it's time to stop. Alright guys, so if you spend a little bit of time in the fitness circle, you've no doubt heard the words cutting and bulking. Maybe you read a little bit about it, maybe one of your friends is bulking, or maybe you've considered doing a cut and bulk yourself. Whatever the case is, in this video we're going to look at first why bulking and cutting is not effective and is actually negative gains. Then after that we'll look at what you should be doing instead. Alright, let's get to it. Gains. Alright gangsters, so first let's look at what bulking and cutting actually is. What is bulking? Bulking is maintaining a caloric surplus for an extended period of time in an effort to gain size and get big. So real quick, a caloric surplus is simply taking in more energy than you expended. So if you expended 2,500 calories during the day during all your daily activities, but you took in 3,000 calories, you'd be at a 500 calorie surplus. So a calorie surplus is going to make you gain weight and get big. That's the purpose of it. What is bulking? Gregory Scott definition: a way for the uneducated to eat like crap and stuff themselves with junk food and mass gainers in an attempt to get big and gain muscle. Definition number 2: a way that allows the uneducated and or lazy people a way to get big without actually putting the time and hard work it takes to gain size and build muscle. It's time to stop. Alright, so real quick before we go any further, I want to make it known that I'm not trying to sound completely biased. I have my beliefs and I believe them wholeheartedly, but I don't want you to believe them just because I do. I want you to take and form your own opinions. So because of that, I'm just going to present to you the facts, and that's it. This is just a topic that I get super fired up about because I've seen friends and acquaintances go through this frustrating process. I've seen them stuff themselves silly with food, eating 6 to 8 meals a day and just making themselves sick and still not seeing the results that they want. And it's all because somebody told them that bulking and cutting is the way to go, and it's the truth, when simply I don't believe it is. Bulking is literally going through a phase to put size into your body by adding fat. Then, when you go through your cutting phase, you spend all this time getting rid of the fat that you just put onto your body to expose the muscle underneath. As I'm saying this, it probably sounds pretty silly, right? But there are people that actually do this. There are people that actually do this, and the main reason is because they think it's going to help them build muscle. Again, we have to only look at the facts. Eating a large amount of food or maintaining a caloric surplus does not correlate to muscle growth. Just because we eat a bunch of food or a bunch of protein does not mean we're going to grow muscle any faster. An equal situation to this would be walking around and expecting to start flying. Just because you eat a bunch of food or just because you walk around a lot doesn't mean you're going to grow muscle any faster, and it doesn't mean you're going to start flying. It doesn't make any sense. The factors that affect muscle growth are the nutrient contents of the food that you're eating, your macronutrients, and how well you're sleeping and recovering. That's it. After your workout, your body needs X amount of protein and X amount of nutrients to rebuild. It doesn't need anything more than that. Anything else is just going to be stored as body fat, which is what happens to the majority of people that start bulking. So here's something else to be mindful of. With bulking, you have to eat a lot. You have to keep forcing yourself to eat, and what's super common is something called a dirty bulk. Since the caloric intake is so high, people that bulk often find themselves eating tons of junk food and taking tons of mass gainers and supplements and meal replacement shakes just to meet that caloric demand. So now we're spending money on supplements that are not really doing anything for us, and we're filling our body with these junk foods and low quality processed foods. So this is going to affect our energy levels, it's going to make us feel sluggish and tired. If our energy levels are affected, that's going to affect our workouts, and now we're just in this downward spiral of negative gains. So now after this bulking period comes the cut. The cut is where people attempt to cut down all that body fat percentage that just built up to reveal all the muscle that's underneath. People that bulk and cut do this by switching from a calorie surplus to a calorie deficit. So calorie deficit is just the opposite of calorie surplus. So that means that we're expending more energy than we're taking in. So now just like that, we've gone from stuffing ourselves to essentially starving ourselves. Our bodies used to taking in all that energy, all that food, that all of a sudden, just like that, is dramatically cut out. So now you're suffering again, but just in a different way. Your body craves all that energy, your body wants all that food, but you can't get it, you're cutting. You can't eat like Fat Albert anymore. So now your energy levels are affected, you're losing weight rapidly, which is not healthy at all, and it's just a spiral of negative gains. And this is something that millions of people have been told is the truth. Millions. Millions of people. Can you kind of start to see why this whole bulking and cutting thing is problematic? Hey bro, eat big to get big, am I right? It's time to stop. Alright, so if you have somehow gotten mixed up in this whole bulking and cutting debacle, then don't worry, I'm here to show you a better way. I'm not trying to sell anything or show you any secret way to hack your body or anything like that. I just genuinely care and I want us all to get better together, so I got you. Trust me, I've been there before. I used to walk around at a skinny, small 140 pounds. 140 pounds. So let me show you what I did and what you can do if you're willing to put in the time and if you're willing to put in the hard work. Alright, so number one is this. This comes before any workout plan or any diet, any bulking, any cutting, anything. You have to be disciplined, you have to build good habits, and you have to stay consistent. That's number one before anything. With bulking and cutting, you're not staying consistent. You're going from stuffing yourself to starving yourself. What's better, what's going to last you long term, what's going to get you through the rest of your life is building healthy, good eating habits. Healthy, good eating habits that are not going to change. So that means the 6 meals a day thing, that's gone. The forcing yourself to eat thing, that's gone. The putting low quality junk food, processed foods into your body, that's gone. That's not sustainable for a long period of time. You might do the whole bulking thing for a month or two, but eventually you're going to get burned out. Just eating and forcing yourself to eat is just not an enjoyable lifestyle for anybody. Now this next term I use very, very loosely because I don't consider what I've done with my body a bulk. I just consider a reflection of the lifestyle that I've chosen to live. But just to make things easier, we're going to give it a name. Lean bulking. If you want to get big and put on size and muscle mass the right and sustainable way, this is what you need to be doing. With lean bulking, we're adding solid, dense, lean muscle to our body while at the same time dropping our body fat percentage. A lot of people think that you can't build muscle and burn fat at the same time, but trust me, I wouldn't lie to you, you can. All you have to do is 3 simple things. Eat good, sleep good, and train like a beast. That's it. With me going from 140 pounds all the way up to 170 pounds, I never once stuffed myself to the point of being sick just to try to put on some size. I never did it. Okay, I mean, I probably had some pizza in there at some point, but it wasn't like a day after day thing, so. I never ate 6 meals a day. I mean, unless you count eating 6 slices of pizza at different times throughout the day as meals, then I'm good on that. And lastly, I never took any supplements or protein powder. Sustainable and healthy is eating 2 to 3 solid, nutrient-dense meals a day. That's it. You don't have to make the mistake of overcomplicating things like so many people end up doing. What happens is people don't see these immediate crazy results right away and they get frantic. I've talked about this before, but the process of building muscle is slow. It's a slow process. Besides eating good, sleeping good, and recovering good, there's nothing you can do to make the process go any faster. Just be consistent and trust the process. It's like riding a roller coaster. So you're going up, you're getting ready for the big drop, and you can see the top, and at the end of it is all the thrills, it's all the rushes, everything that you want. That's how it starts off for everybody. You gotta go up that hill first, you gotta go up the track. You gotta go through all the pain, you gotta go through all the trials, all the tribulations. You don't get all the thrills at the beginning of the ride. You get all the thrills and rush after you put in the work, not before. So what do you have to do? You have to keep on grinding. You have to keep on going up that track. You have to keep on climbing that hill. And then when you finally get to the top, when you finally reach that point, you're off and all your hard work is paying off. All the time that you put into this, all the failures, all the sacrifice, everything, that's what's propelling you forward and you're going a million miles an hour. All the sacrifice, hustle, and pain has now turned you into a beast and you're going forward. You can't stop now. That's the goal. That's the point that we want to get to. So how do we get there? How do we build up to that point? Let me hear all the original gangsters say it. By getting 1% better every day. We know that by taking small steps forward each day, we can get to the big goal. 1% better, that's what you should tell yourself. Doesn't have to be 100, doesn't have to be 50, just take small steps forward. Break it down, small steps, get to the big goal. That's how we do around here, 1% better. Alright, thank you guys for watching my video. Hope you learned something. So the main thing I want you to get out of this is just ask yourself, where do your priorities lie? This fitness thing, is this something that you want quick? You just want quick results and you're going to get out of it? Or is this something that's going to be lifelong for you? Ask yourself that question, ask me any questions you have, like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, have a gameful day. Alright, just gotta get that thumbnail real quick. You know how it goes. Alright, so it's time to stop bulking. Thumbs Alright guys, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. The last thing we want is for you to be left off of the game stream. Every week we're learning and getting better, so join us. If you made it this far in the video, awesome. Now just go out and take action towards your goals. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see y'all next week.